Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here. Welcome to the first ever LEGO Batman Summer 2019 set review. I actually ordered this on eBay, had it imported from the UK because they actually have had the sets out since June 1st. It is not yet available here in Canada and the United States yet. The set will actually be available starting on August 1st. And it should be available everywhere. This isn't one of the store exclusives. There's only one of the Batman sets that are actually a store exclusive. And will retail for $9.99 USD and $13.99 Canadian. Man, the gap between the American price and the Canadian price for the small sets just keep going up $1, I feel like. Normally it's $12.99 Canadian. I actually bought these sets because I want to be able to provide the best and earliest, most knowledgeable reviews for a lot of the DC sets, because you all know that I love DC, and of course, given Ashnflash, it's literally in the name, I love DC and I love Batman especially. One of my earliest memories for LEGO and superheroes was through Batman and the LEGO Batman first wave of sets in 2006. So I'm really excited to be able to take a look at these sets. But anyways, the set is called Batman vs. the Riddler Robbery, and it is set number 76137. It has 59 pieces and comes with 2 minifigures, 1 vehicle and a half, and an ATM build. But let's go ahead, we're going to take a look at the builds first, then we'll take a look at the minifigures. Here is the Batmobile, and I've got a ton of these over the years of getting all the junior sets, and I've got regular minifigure scale ones as well. This one doesn't really stand out. It looks the exact same as all the others. I'm sure side by side they probably have some differences, but to me it just is really super repetitive. But it is interesting to get this here. I mean, it's a good starting point if you want to get your first ever Batmobile if you're younger. I completely understand this works, but you've got a cool cheese slope there, 1x2 cheese slope with a Batman symbol printed on that. That's pretty awesome. No stickers in junior sets, which I actually love about junior sets. That's really great. And the wings here are pretty cool. These are from the LEGO Batman movie wave sets, and I've really liked them ever since they were introduced there. So that's really cool to get. There's no play features or anything, you just can move it around, but that's about it. You can rotate the flame if you want. That's a feature in another set, but you got to do this manually rather than automatically. You can actually store 2 batarangs on the side there by just clipping them on. So I guess that's the only play feature, but let's move on to the ATM build. Here is the small little ATM build for the set, and it's not too complicated or anything. It feels like a junior's build. It's not really interesting. You can pop it off like that and steal it if you wanted to, but he doesn't really have anything to steal it with, the Riddler, because he doesn't have a vehicle or anything. Sometimes with these sets you get like a crane, which you'll see in the other junior set, or 4+, I'm sorry everyone. But you've got kind of like a story going on. I guess what the idea is that you put the TNT there on the side, you can put it there or there on the other side, and then once it explodes you just and it pops out. But that's it for that one. The ATM itself is really simplistic. You've got that classic computer logo screen from like a long time ago. This has been in sets since like the Spider-Man wave of sets from the original movie, so I remember those. But you got 2 $100 bills as well, so that's a cool little inclusion, but there's nothing else really going on here. A lot of people don't know this. What you can do is you can actually feed money in and like have it spitting out of the ATM, so that's pretty cool. You just like push that in and it can hold some bills inside. But that's it for this. You could take a look at the Riddler on his skateboard there. It's purple, and you can see how those are just like the weights / skateboard wheels, and it moves really smoothly. I guess that's his means of escaping with a giant ATM build. Not really sure how that makes sense, but you can do that if you want, and let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the figures. Here is the 2019 Riddler, and he looks awesome here. Really great looking figure. The detail is just amazing. He is one of the more slender figures in the DC universe, so they've given him some little side trim there like they do with some of the other female characters, so that's a pretty cool inclusion. This is actually based off of his Rebirth outfit from the new line of comics, and I say new, but it's been out since like 2016, that line. But anyways, this is from the Rebirth, and it's pretty interesting. I really like the bright green outfit. I think that this is definitely one of the more unique outfits that we've ever gotten from him. And speaking of uniqueness, we've never gotten him with the sideburns there. Not really a too big a fan of that. I prefer him with just the regular domino mask, but having his mask go like that, I don't know how I feel about it. It's definitely interesting, but I do really love this suit. The detail on it is amazing, and the color is just, we've never gotten a Riddler suit in this color before, so it's really cool to get here. And also he comes with the crowbar piece in gold, and that was first introduced with the Flash's first appearance, so it's cool to be getting that here in gold again, though I would have preferred that he uses the Riddler cane from the Lego Batman movie line of sets. And again, just quick look at the back printing, pretty cool, carries over from the front, and nothing else going on. Would have been cool if they reused his hair and hat combo as well, because it just looks kind of empty with this bowler hat. But really great figure overall, definitely one of the best Riddler figures I think that we've ever gotten. Here is the 4+ or Juniors Batman, and I specify that because the cape is actually very different compared to the other ones, which we'll look at in a second. This is just him from behind with the cape. It's a really basic Batman torso printing and everything. This is actually back from 2012 from the revamp of lines, but we have, of course, the newer molded cowl, which came in later sets, but anyways, that's not really important. It's the one that we all know today. Anyways, he's got a printed belt instead of like the Lego Batman movie where it's actually a new piece. On the back, you can see that he has another smirking expression or angry expression. I'm not really sure. Never really knew what they were going for with that. You could see it there with the mask on. Flipping the cape up, you could see that the printing carries over onto the back. And the reason I specify that it is actually a Juniors figure is because you can see here that the cape actually only has one hole, because a lot of times with the other figures, with other capes, you get the two flaps that you have to put one on top of the other, but I guess it's too complicated for Juniors and 4+, so they have it only having one hole. But there is kind of something weird that happens with that. To me, it looks like the cape is always sticking out. At least that's something that I've noticed with my experience with the cape, is that it always seems to be sticking out. I guess with the other ones, there's like a crease there that allows it to be more tucked in and closer to the figure itself. But I'm not really a fan of this anyways. So it would have been cool if we got some more unique Batman figures in the 4+ wave of sets, but oh well. Well, there you have it, everyone. Don't really know how I feel about this set. I think that it's pretty good overall, and if this is your first ever Lego set, I definitely understand that this is a pretty good set. 4+ lines are known for having simplistic builds and everything, so the inclusion of the simple Batmobile that I've gotten tons and times before completely makes sense because, well, it is very iconic, and to include that in a junior set or 4+, I think that it does make a lot of sense. I look at the Marvel line and I think back to the sets that I've actually missed out on, and I've missed out on 2 of the regular system sets, actually 3 if you count the UCS Hulkbuster, but I don't count that one because it's a bad set. But anyways, the 2 junior sets that I've actually skipped out on have been the smallest Iron Man versus Loki set, because I already had the figures, so I'm not going to give them more money for figures that I already have. And then there's also the set with Scorpion and Spider-Man and like the Spider Cave or whatever that is, and none of the builds interested me, and I already have those figures, and that devalued the Ultimate Bridge set, which is one of the best sets of all time, I would say, for Marvel superheroes. But anyways, when I'm looking at this set devalues the set that comes in this wave. Not only is the Batwing set going to be losing the value of the Riddler now with this set, it's also losing the value of Shazam, because including Shazam in a cheap poly bag, however you're going to wind up getting that, it's still going to be probably cheaper and easier to get that than it is to get him in the set. So to me, that set has lost a lot of value now, but I'll talk about that later in the review. So would I have preferred a different character to be included here? Probably, especially when I'm looking at Marvel over the past few years, because they haven't been really doing that recently with including the same figures in the sets. DC's been really great with giving at least one exclusive figure in each of the junior sets, like a Jason Todd Robin or a Joker with a new face print that's not exclusive anymore because of these wave of sets. And with the Spider-Man sets in December, those junior sets had an exclusive Green Goblin and an exclusive Doc Ock, so that was really cool, and I was hoping to have something similar here, but oh well, I wish that it would have been the Scarecrow or even the Mad Hatter, but I'm still waiting on that. But anyways, everyone, what do you think of this set? It is great if you don't want to put the money towards the Batwing, but other than that, pretty disappointed with this. I actually wasn't planning on getting it, but I wanted to do a video with all 6 of the sets in it, so I needed to have it here. But I've actually built up all the sets in the wave that I'll be reviewing over the next week, and it's interesting to see how this kind of reminds me of the 2006 wave, well, just with the number of sets being 6, and of course just a small little vehicle chase set. But of course back then they didn't have juniors sets or anything, or 4+. So it is interesting to see how this is more simple than the 2006 sets. Anyways, everyone, if you want to stay up to date with the daily content that I've been putting out on the channel, and if you want to be sure not to miss out on the other 5 Batman reviews, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on that. And I hope that you all did enjoy this video, and I hope that you all have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one.